Hi there, my name is Mark Greenwood, and it's an absolute joy for me to be able to speak at this Sports Chaplaincy UK online Christmas event. I'm so grateful for all that Sports Chaplaincy do, and my dear friend Warren Evans, and I've known Warren. We've known each other since we were about 15 or 16. Actually, I used to play in goal for my school, and he played in goal for his school, which is bizarre because Warren's about 6'4" and I'm about 5'5", but I was definitely the better goalkeeper, though he might have a slightly different slant on that. But I'm not here to talk to you about Warren and I playing in goals, but I do love Warren massively and grateful for his friendship and partnership, which we partnered on lots of things down through the years. And so it's a joy to be here on this wonderful occasion of thinking about Christmas. I hope you're ready for Christmas. I absolutely love everything there is about Christmas. No, that's not true. Sprouts. I hate sprouts. I don't understand why people like them. It's like my mum used to mash them up and tell me it was some kind of cabbage, some kind of posh cabbage. So I don't like sprouts at all. I really don't. But apart from sprouts, I love absolutely everything about no, that's not true either. No, I'm not keen on Christmas jumpers, and that's why, if you're wearing one right now, take it off. I don't like Christmas jumpers. They're silly. But apart from sprouts and apart from Christmas jumpers, I love absolutely everything about Christmas. No, that's not true either. No, board games. Board games. I think board games are appropriately named. That's right. Board. My family insists, and I sacrifice for the family to play a board games. But apart from Christmas jumpers, sprouts, and board games, I love absolutely everything there is about Christmas. Now, I know I've started off and I sound a bit miserable, but I really do love Christmas time. The problem with Christmas, though, if you're anything like me, is overeating. I just can't stop myself eating. It's like, I don't know if you're anything like me, but you finish your meal and you go like, oh, I can't eat another thing. I don't want any more food, and you're groaning and your stomach's just extended and distended already, and there's no room in there for anything else. It's like, oh no, please, I can't face, I feel ill, I need to go and lie down, but on my back, because I'll just be rocking if I lie on my tummy because it's so oh, Christmas pudding. Oh well, if you found yourself saying it, pudding belly, I've got a pudding belly. And then we eat pudding and it's like, oh, no, that's it now. I can't eat anything more. I'm done. Oh, don't give me, chocolates belly, peanuts belly, glass of wine belly, cheese board belly. How many bellies have we got? And, well, however many bellies we've got, they're all definitely filled at Christmas. And I'm not really very disciplined in life, I've decided. And Christmas is like the worst time in the world. Did you know this will upset you, the average Christmas dinner, ready for this, is 7,000 calories. No, I don't think I eat anywhere near that. And that means, if you're using the arithmetic mean, which is one of the ways of calculating averages, that means some people will eat less than 7,000. But some people are going to eat way more than 7,000 calories. And the average person puts on 7 pounds at Christmas. It's good to know you're above average, isn't it? Christmas, this is the problem. It's all about putting on weight, isn't it? That's what it becomes all about. It might not be our intention, but so often the outcome, and you hit the scales in January and you think, oh my goodness, why did I do that? Do you know what? Many years ago, a famous Visa company advertised this. The good news is this Christmas, we've cut the interest on our Visa card. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you the good news that Christmas, and the good news this Christmas, and the good news the first Christmas is not that a Visa card has cut its interest on its card, but the good news is that Jesus, who is called the servant King, has left heaven to come down to our planet so that he can identify with us. Why is he called the servant king? Because he's not a king who's demanding it all, who's coming with a great entourage, who's making us his subservient people and followers. No, he's not lording it over us. He's coming, and he's called the servant king for a reason, and that is because he has come to serve. In fact, there's this wonderful little sentence in the Bible that says Jesus gave up everything in heaven where he lived. He gave all of that up, and he took on the very nature of a servant. He became one of us, ladies and gentlemen. Why? So that we could identify with him and he could identify with us. If you want to know what God's like, have a little look at Jesus. Look at all the incredible things he did way back in the Bible, and maybe considering Jesus is quite a new thing to you. Well, let me encourage you to have a little look in the index of any Bible. Speak to a person that you know who may be a Jesus follower and say, look, point me in the direction. But if you go in the index of any Bible, you'll find 4 books: Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. Start with Mark. Tell us about this amazing person, the servant king, Jesus, who brought good news. Good news is what he starts that book with, saying he's good news. And when you look at him all the way through, this servant king was not a bad king and bad news that he'd arrived, but it was good news and a good king that he'd arrived. I mentioned that the average person puts on £7 at Christmas. But you know what? Christmas is not about putting on weight. It's about losing what weighs you down. There's this amazing little sentence in the Bible where it says, cast all of your cares, all of your worries, all the heavinesses of the things in life that weigh you down. Cast all of those on Jesus. Why? Because he cares for you. I'm sure you have cares and worries and concerns as we're still not out of, sorry to mention it, the global pandemic. Lots of pressures and worries. Becoming a Jesus follower is all about saying to this servant king, I'm going to give you all my worries, all my cares, all my concerns, and let you walk with me through life. Why don't you today let the servant king, Jesus, walk with you through life? How do you do that? Simply by saying, God, I know I've just lived life my own way and done my own thing, and I'm sorry for leaving you out. 2,000 years ago, when Jesus came down to earth, he came to show us what God was like, to do some amazing stuff, but he also came to take the punishment for the wrong of the whole world. As I look at my life, there's things that I've done that I'm not happy with, and so it comes as no surprise that when God looks at my life, there are things that he's not happy with, and those things stop us having a relationship, living life our own way, not God's way, stop us having a friendship and a relationship. They create a disconnect between God in heaven and people on the earth. And that's why Jesus came, left heaven, down to earth, show us what God was like, but then it took him to the cross. That's what we celebrate at Easter, that Jesus took the punishment for the whole world. That's you and me, because we've done our own thing. And saying yes to God and becoming a Jesus follower is about acknowledging that and asking for his forgiveness, receiving his forgiveness, a new life, because 3 days after Jesus came alive, this servant king came back alive so that you and I could really know God. Why don't you make this Christmas the best Christmas ever for you and get to know the servant king? Speak to somebody that you know. If you'd like to find out more but don't know a Jesus follower, contact Sports Chaplaincy. I know they would love to help you. God bless. Happy Christmas.